Mr. Sergeant of Arms, invite the members in and close the doors. Pursuant to Senate Joint Resolution 14, the Joint Convention to elect Comptroller of the Treasurer, the State Treasurer, and the Secretary of State shall come to order. Leader Johnson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move we dispense with the roll call of the Senate.
Without objection, the roll call of the Senate is dispensed with. Representative Lambert, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to dispense with the roll call of the House of Representatives.
Without objection, the roll call of the House of Representatives is dispensed with. Mr. Clerk, please read the resolution standing purpose of this joint convention.
Senate Joint Resolution 14 by Senator Johnson, a resolution called a joint convention of the Senate and House of Representatives for the purpose of electing a Secretary of State, a Comptroller of the Treasury, and State Treasurer. Be it resolved by the Senate of the 114th General Assembly of the State of Tennessee, the House of Representatives concurring, that the Senate and House of Representatives meet in joint convention in the chamber of the House of Representatives on Wednesday, January 15th, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. for purposes of electing a Secretary of State, a Comptroller of the Treasury, and a State Treasurer.
Representative Hicks of Hawkins, you are recognized for a motion on the Select Committee report to review the audits and operations of the Comptroller of the Treasury and the Department of the Treasury.
Mr. President, pursuant to TCA 84102 and TCA 85102, I move the joint convention adopt the report of Select Committee to review the audits and operations of the Comptroller of the Treasury and the Department of the Treasury.
Senator Watson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, I second the motion to adopt the report.
Pursuant to TCA 84102 and TCA 85102, all those in favor of adopting the report of the Select Committee to review the audits and operations of the Comptroller of the Treasurer and the State Treasurer shall say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Ayes prevail. The report is hereby adopted.
The next order of business is election of the Comptroller of the Treasury. Nominations are now in order. Representative Moon, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to nominate Jason E. Mumpower, Sullivan County, to be reelected as Tennessee's 35th Comptroller of the Treasury. Jason has dedicated the past 28 years serving the state of Tennessee. He spent 14 years in the General Assembly and 14 years in the Comptroller's office. Jason has helped make Tennessee one of the best fiscally managed states in the nation. Moreover, I know Jason is dedicated to doing the good work of the Comptroller's office by producing independent audits and objective research. Jason cares deeply about our state and will uphold the Comptroller's mission to make government work better. It is my honor to nominate Jason Mumpower for the office of Comptroller of the Treasury. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Senator White, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the nomination of Jason Mumpower to remain our Comptroller of the Treasury. After knowing Jason personally for over 20 years, I can honestly say he is a man of high moral character and integrity. He understands Tennessee government, and he is committed to the principles that make our state financially strong and economically healthy. He manages our state debt and provides accountability and accessibility to many state government offices and county offices. Jason has demonstrated his ability to lead the Comptroller's office of our state to a path of success. Mr. Speaker, it is with great honor that I second the nomination of Jason E. Mumpower for Comptroller of the Treasury. Thank you.
That's proper motion, proper second. Any further nominations? Representative Salinas, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to nominate my former Representative Dwayne Thompson from Memphis, Tennessee. He is a long-term HR professional that will bring a lot of integrity to the Comptroller's office. So it is my honor to nominate our former colleague, Representative Dwayne Thompson.
Representative Clemens, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I second the nomination of my good friend Dwayne "The Rock" Thompson.
Oh, heavens. That's a proper motion, probably seconded. Representative Lambert, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the nomination cease and the clerk call the roll for the election of Comptroller of the Treasury.
Without objection, the nominations are closed. Mr. Clerk, call the roll of the Senate, please.
Senator Hackberry. Senator Hackberry votes for Thompson. Senator Bailey. Senator Bowling. Senator Bailey votes for Mumpower. Senator Bowling. Senator Bowling votes for Mumpower. Senator Briggs. Senator Briggs votes for Mumpower. Senator Campbell. Senator Campbell votes for Thompson. Senator Crow. Senator Crow votes for Mumpower. Senator Gardenhire. Senator Gardenhire votes for Mumpower. Senator Hale. Senator Hale votes for Mumpower. Senator Harshbarger. Senator Harshbarger votes for Mumpower. Senator Hatcher. Senator Hatcher votes for Mumpower. Senator Hensley. Senator Hensley votes for Mumpower. Senator Jackson. Senator Jackson votes for Mumpower. Senator Johnson. Senator Johnson votes for Mumpower. Senator Kyle. Senator Kyle votes for Thompson. Senator Lamar. Senator Lamar votes for Thompson. Senator Lowe. Senator Lowe votes for Mumpower. Senator Massey. Senator Massey votes for Mumpower. Senator Oliver. Senator Oliver votes for Thompson. Senator Pody. Senator Pody votes for Mumpower. Senator Powers. Senator Powers votes for Mumpower. Senator Reeves. Senator Reeves votes for Mumpower. Senator Roberts. Senator Roberts votes for Mumpower. Senator Rose. Senator Rose votes for Mumpower. Senator Seal. Senator Seal votes for Mumpower. Senator Sutherland. Senator Sullivan votes for Mumpower. Senator Stevens. Senator Stevens votes for Mumpower. Senator Taylor. Senator Taylor votes for Mumpower. Senator Wally. Senator Wally votes for Mumpower. Senator Watson. Senator Watson votes for Mumpower. Senator White. Senator White votes for Mumpower. Senator Yeager. Senator Yeager votes for Mumpower. Senator Yarborough. Senator Yarborough votes for Thompson. Mr. Speaker, McNally. Mr. Speaker, McNally votes for Mumpower. Speaker, that is 27 for Hargett, 6 for Thompson.
Mr. Clerk, call the roll of the House, please.
Representative Alexander. Atchley. Barrett. Baum. Bain. Boyd. Bricken. Brooks. Bolso. Burkhart. Butler. Camper. Capley. Carringer. Sapicki. Chisholm. Clemens. Cochran. Crawford. Darby. Davis. Dixie. Doggett. Eldridge. Faison. Farmer. Freeman. Fritz. Gant. Garrett. Gillespie. Glenn. Grills. Hakeem. Hale. Hardaway. Harris. Haston. Hawk. Heldon Haynes. Himmer. Hicks of Hawkins. Hicks of Washington. Hill. Howell. Halsey. Hurt. Johnson. Jones of Davidson. Jones of Unicoi. Kiesling. Kumar. Lafferty. Lamberth. Leatherwood. Littleton. Love. Lynn. Mayberry. Marsh. Martin of Carroll. Martin of Hamilton. McCalman. McKenzie. Miller. Mitchell. Moody. Moon. Parkinson. Pearson. Powell. Powers. Raper. Reedy. Reeves. Renault. Rudd. Rudder. Russell. Salinas. Scarborough. Sexton. Shaw. Sherrill. Slater. Sparks. Stevens. Stinnett. Terry. Todd. Towns. Travis. Vaughn. Vital. Warner. White. Williams. Wright. Zachary. Mr. Speaker, in the House, you have 74 for Mumpower, 22 for Thompson.
The Honorable Jason E. Mumpower receives a majority, and I hereby declare he is duly, legally, and constitutionally elected Comptroller of the Treasury for the ensuing 2 years. I appoint the following committee to escort the Comptroller of Treasury, the Honorable Jason E. Mumpower, to the well for the oath of office and his remarks. The committee members are Senators Crow, Lowe, and Powers. Representatives Crawford, Hill, and Holsley. Chairman of the committee is Representative Crawford. Chairman Crawford, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, or Mr. President, and members of the Joint Convention. I present to you Comptroller of the Treasury, the Honorable Jason Mumpower.
Thank you.
The Honorable Neil McBriar of the Tennessee Court of Appeals will administer the oath of office.
Ready. I, Jason E. Mumpower, do solemnly swear that as Comptroller of the Treasury of the State of Tennessee, I will support the
state of Tennessee and of the United States. And I will perform with fidelity and faithfully execute the duties of this office to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr.
Thank-
Comptroller, you're recognized for your remarks.
Thank you very much. And members, thank you for reelecting me as comptroller. I'm very glad to have with me today my wife, Alicia, my son, Max, my mother. I wouldn't be here without my mother. And my brother, Adam, who is here as well. I do want to give a shout out to the great Justin P. Wilson, who, like a lot of 80-year-old retired men, is at the beach. Watching online, I think. And I want to give a special shout out to all the employees of the Comptroller's Office who do a great job. In the Comptroller's Office, our mission is to make government work better. Let's get to work. God bless the state of Tennessee. Thank you very much.
The next order of business is the election of the state treasurer. Nominations are now in order. Representative Marsh, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. During Treasurer Lillard's tenure, he has worked with this body to improve efficiency of the Treasurer's Department and increase the financial well-being of Tennesseans. Since first taking office, the Treasurer has earned more than $62.7 billion on its investments, including $53.6 billion earned for the Tennessee Consolidated Retirement System, which is more than 2 times the balance of the TCRS assets on the day the Treasurer Lillard took office in 2009. It is my honor to nominate Mr. David H. Lillard, Jr. of Fayette County, Tennessee, for Treasurer of the state of Tennessee. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Stevens, you are recognized.
I rise today to second the nomination of Mr. David H. Lillard, Jr. for State Treasurer. Treasurer Lillard has worked diligently with this body to protect and preserve the pensions not only of our state employees, but of every local government and municipality in this state. His efforts have resulted in greater financial stability for pension plans and readily available financial education for our employees, leading to increased retirement readiness. His work with this body to pass state pension reforms has resulted in more than $1 billion in savings to this state. In addition, Treasurer Lillard currently oversees and manages a daily balance of over $125.5 billion, demonstrating his exceptional leadership and state's financial stewardship of the state of Tennessee's financial resources. It is my distinct honor to second the nomination of Mr. David H. Lillard, Jr. of Fayette County for Treasurer of the state of Tennessee.
It's a proper motion, proper second. Any further nominations? Representative Johnson, you are recognized.
Thank you. I rise to nominate esteemed former two-term mayor Knoxville's Madeline Ruggiero as Tennessee State Treasurer. She's a dedicated public servant for Tennessean who serves with knowledge, experience, honor, and integrity. And it is an honor for me to be able to nominate Madeline Ruggiero for our state treasurer.
Representative Clemens, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I second the nomination of former Knoxville Mayor Madeline Ruggiero.
Proper motion, proper second. Any further nominations? Seeing none. Leader Lamberth, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the nomination cease and the clerk call the roll for the election of state treasurer.
Without objection, nominations are closed. Mr. Clerk, call the roll to Senate, please.
Senator Hackberry. Senator Hackberry votes for Harrow. Senator Bailey. Senator Bailey votes for Lillard. Senator Bowling. Senator Bowling votes for Lillard. Senator Briggs. Senator Briggs votes for Lillard. Senator Campbell. Senator Campbell votes for Harrow. Senator Crowe. Senator Crowe votes for Lillard. Senator Gardenhire. Senator Gardenhire votes for Lillard. Senator Hale. Senator Hale votes for Lillard. Senator Harshbarger. Senator Harshbarger votes for Lillard. Senator Hatcher. Senator Hatcher votes for Lillard. Senator Hensley. Senator Hensley votes for Lillard. Senator Jackson. Senator Jackson votes for Lillard. Senator Johnson. Senator Johnson votes for Lillard. Senator Kyle. Senator Kyle votes for Harrow. Senator Lamar. Senator Lamar votes for Harrow. Senator Lowe. Senator Lowe votes for Lillard. Senator Massey. Senator Massey votes for Lillard. Senator Oliver. Senator Oliver votes for Harrow. Senator Bodie. Senator Bodie votes for Lillard. Senator Powers. Senator Powers votes for Lillard. Senator Reeves. Senator Reeves votes for Lillard. Senator Roberts. Senator Roberts votes for Lillard. Senator Rose. Senator Rose votes for Lillard. Senator Seal. Senator Seal votes for Lillard. Senator Sutherland. Senator Sutherland votes for Lillard. Senator Stevens. Senator Stevens votes for Lillard. Senator Taylor. Senator Taylor votes for Lillard. Senator Wally. Senator Wally votes for Lillard. Senator Watson. Senator Watson votes for Lillard. Senator White. Senator White votes for Lillard. Senator Yeager. Senator Yeager votes for Lillard. Senator Yarbrough. Senator Yarbrough votes for Harrow. Mr. Speaker McNally. Mr. Speaker votes for Mr. Lillard. That's 26. 27 votes for Mr. Lillard, 6 for Harrow in the Senate.
Mr. Clerk, please call the roll of the House.
Alexander. Atchley. Barrett. Baum. Bain. Boyd. Bricken. Brooks. Bolso. Burkhart. Butler. Camper. Capley. Carringer. Sapicki. Chisholm. Clemens. Cochran. Crawford. Darby. Davis. Dixie. Doggett. Eldridge. Faison. Farmer. Freeman. Fritz. Gant. Garrett. Gillespie. Glenn. Grills. Hakeem. Hale. Hardaway. Hardaway. Harris. Haston. Hawk. Helton Haynes. Himmer. Hicks of Hawkins. Hicks of Washington. Hill. Howell. Halsey. Hurt. Johnson. Jones of Davison. Jones of Unicoi. Kiesling. Kumar. Lafferty. Lamberth. Leatherwood. Littleton. Love. Lynn. Mayberry. Marsh. Martin of Carroll. Martin of Hamilton. McCalman. McKenzie. Miller. Mitchell. Moody. Moon. Parkinson. Parkinson. Pearson. Powell. Powers. Raper. Reedy. Reeves. Renault. Rudd. Rudder. Russell. Salinas. Scarborough. Sexton. Shaw. Sherrill. Slater. Sparks. Stevens. Stinnett. Terry. Todd. Towns. Travis. Vaughn. Vital. Warner. White. Williams. Wright. Zachary. Mr. Speaker, in the House, you have 74 votes for Lillard, 21 for Rajero.
The Honorable David H. Lillard Jr. received a majority, and I declare he is duly, legally, and constitutionally elected State Treasurer for the ensuing 2 years. I appoint the following committee to escort the State Treasurer, the Honorable David H. Lillard Jr., to the well for the oath of office and remarks. The committee members are Senators Watson, Rose, and Taylor, Representatives Gillespie, Vaughn, and Gant. Chairman of the committee is Senator Watson.
Mr. President, members of the Joint Convention, and my fellow Tennesseans, I present to you the Treasurer of the great state of Tennessee, the Honorable David H. Lillard, Jr. of Fayette County.
The Honorable Neil McBrayer of the Tennessee Court of Appeals will administer the oath of office.
Yes, I am. Then please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, David H. Lillard, Jr.
I, David H. Lillard, Jr.
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that as Treasurer
that as Treasurer
of the state of Tennessee,
of the state of Tennessee,
I will support
I will support
the Constitution of the state of Tennessee
the Constitution of the state of Tennessee
and of the United States,
and of the United States,
and I will perform
with
fidelity
and faithfully execute
the duties of this office
the duties of this office
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Treasurer, you are recognized for your remarks.
Mr. President and distinguished members of the General Assembly, I thank you for the continuing opportunity to serve as your treasurer. It has been and continues to be the honor of my life to serve Tennesseans in this role, and it is something that will always be remembered by me as an opportunity to work with each and every member of the General Assembly, regardless of their party or their background, and each and every Tennessean for the betterment of our great state. Tennessee has achieved great financial accolades through your leadership and your accomplishments, and we will continue that into the future. I also want to extend my thanks to those employees of the Tennessee Department of Treasury. Without them, I could not do anything that the department does currently, and it is important to continue their leadership as well into the future. Mr. President, I thank you and the members for your support.
Lead us out, Mr. Treasurer.
The next order of business is the election of the Secretary of State. Nominations are now in order. Representative Martin of Hamilton, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise today to nominate Trey Hargett of Sumner County to continue to serve as the Secretary of State. He served in the House of Representatives for 10 years and for the last 4 terms has served as our Secretary of State, the great state of Tennessee. He has worked to make his office more accountable and responsible to the citizens of our state. And through his efforts, he's ensured a greater efficiency and effectiveness in that office. I'm proud to call Trey my friend, and I am grateful for his willingness to continue to serve in a new term as the Secretary of State. I have no doubt that he will serve with distinction and honor, and we will continue every day to be proud that we have cast our vote for Trey Hargett. So I'll put his name in nomination, Trey Hargett.
Senator Pody, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise to second the nomination of my good friend Trey Hargett for another term as Tennessee's Secretary of State. I've worked with Trey for the last 14 years and have witnessed his can-do attitude for his entire team, his firsthand commitment to his fellow Tennesseans. He's been a good steward of our taxpayer time and money, and he's led our state to be recognized as first in the nation or election integrity for 3 years in a row. I'm confident in his continued leadership of the Department of the State and his ability to work with us to continue the positive momentum of our state.
It's a proper motion, properly seconded. Any further nominations? Senator Oliver, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to nominate Tequila Johnson, a champion for fairness and integrity in our elections. She is the CEO of the Equity Alliance, a nonpartisan organization that has devoted their mission to registering thousands of Tennesseans. She will be a leader who will champion every Tennessean to make sure that they have access to the ballot. Thank you.
Representative Clemens, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the nomination of my good friend Tequila Johnson. Thank you.
It's a proper motion, probably seconded. Any further nominations? Senator Johnson. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move nominations cease and the roll call be made.
Thank you. Without objection, the nominations are closed. Mr. Clerk, call the roll of the Senate.
Senator Hackberry. Senator Hackberry votes for Ms. Johnson. Senator Bailey. Senator Bailey votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Bowling. Senator Bowling votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Briggs. Senator Briggs votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Campbell. Senator Campbell votes for Ms. Johnson. Senator Crow. Senator Crow votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Gardenhire. Senator Gardenhire votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Hale. Senator Hale votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Harshbarger. Senator Harshbarger votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Hatcher. Senator Hatcher votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Hensley. Senator Hensley votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Jackson. Senator Jackson votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Johnson. Senator Johnson votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Kyle. Senator Kyle votes for Ms. Johnson. Senator Lamar. Senator Lamar votes for Ms. Johnson. Senator Lowe. Senator Lowe votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Massey. Senator Massey votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Oliver. Senator Oliver votes for Ms. Johnson. Senator Pody. Senator Pody votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Powers. Senator Powers votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Reeves. Senator Reeves votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Roberts. Senator Roberts votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Rose. Senator Rose votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Seal. Senator Seal votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Sutherland. Senator Sutherland votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Stevens. Senator Stevens votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Taylor. Senator Taylor votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Wally. Senator Wally votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Watson. Senator Watson votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator White. Senator White votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Yeager. Senator Yeager votes for Mr. Hargett. Senator Yarbrough. Senator Yarbrough votes for Ms. Johnson. Mr. Speaker, McNally. Mr. Speaker, McNally votes for Mr. Hargett. Mr. President, you have 27 for Mr. Hargett, 6 for Ms. Johnson from the Senate.
Mr. Clerk, please call the roll of the House.
Alexander. Atchley. Barrett. Baum. Bain. Boyd. Bricken. Brooks. Bolso. Burkhart. Butler. Camper. Capley. Carringer. Sapicki. Chisholm. Clemens. Cochran. Crawford. Darby. Davis. Dixie. Doggett. Eldridge. Faison. Farmer. Freeman. Fritz. Gant. Garrett. Gillespie. Glenn. Grills. Hakeem. Hale. Hardaway. Harris. Haston. Hawk. Hilton Haynes. Himmer. Hicks of Hawkins. Hicks of Washington. Hill. Howe. Halsey. Hurt. Johnson. Jones of Davidson. Jones of Unicoi. Kiesling. Kumar. Lafferty. Lamberth. Leatherwood. Littleton. Love. Lynn. Mayberry. Marsh. Martin of Carroll. Martin of Hamilton. McCalman. McKenzie. Miller. Mitchell. Moody. Moon. Parkinson. Pearson. Powell. Powers. Raper. Reedy. Reeves. Renault. Rudd. Rudder. Russell. Salinas. Scarborough. Sexton. Shaw. Sherrill. Slater. Sparks. Stevens. Stinnett. Terry. Todd. Towns. Travis. Vaughn. Vital. Warner. White. Williams. Wright. Zachary. Mr. Speaker, in the House, you have 74 votes for Hargett, 21 for Johnson.
The Honorable Trey Hargett received a majority, and I hereby declare he is duly, legally, and constitutionally elected Secretary of State for 4 years. I appoint the following committee to escort Secretary of State, the Honorable Trey Hargett, to the well for the oath of office and his remarks. The committee members are Senators Hell, Massey, and Briggs. Representatives Garrett, Leatherwood, and Slater. The chairman of the committee is Representative Garrett. Chairman Garrett, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. President, members of the Joint Convention, I'm honored and privileged today to present to you my constituent, Secretary of State, the Honorable and Sumner County Trey Hargett.
The Honorable Neil McBrayer of the Tennessee Court of Appeals will administer the oath of office.
I, Trey Hargett.
I, Trey Hargett,
Do solemnly
swear
swear. That as Secretary of State.
that as Secretary of State
Of the State of Tennessee.
of the State of Tennessee,
I will support.
I will support
The Constitution.
the Constitution
Of the State of Tennessee.
of the State of Tennessee
And of the United States.
and of the United States,
And I will perform.
and I will perform
With fidelity.
with fidelity
And faithfully execute.
and faithfully execute
The duties of this office.
the duties of this office
To the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Secretary, you are recognized for remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to take the next 30 minutes to talk about our big plans for the next 4 years. Objections? Thank you. So I want to recognize my loving wife, Dawn. Thank you for being on me with this journey. My son, Connor, who some of you may remember if you were around 16 years ago, he was the one flinging the Elmo doll up in the air while I took the oath of office. And Private First Class Hargett, if he's watching somewhere. So we're grateful for his service. So I'm going to delay this very much. I don't take the trust you've given me lightly. There are days we disagree. There are different things that get said and done, but no, I love each and every one of you. It's a privilege to work with you and for you, and it's an incredible honor for me to continue to be your Secretary of State. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Senator Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, our constitutional officers have extended an invitation for all of us to join them for a reception down on the first floor of the Capitol outside of their offices. So certainly if your schedule permits, stop by and shake their hand, congratulate them on their re-elections, and before you get on with your day. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. The purpose for which the joint convention was assembled having been accomplished, the joint convention stands dissolved.